Hi Gargi, Sahil this side. I've got your number from Devika.
Hi, Sahil.
Gargi, मैंने मूड कर लिया है और अब स्काईनेट में एक लीगल डिपार्टमेंट में इंटर्नशिप आया हुआ है. मैं सोच रहा हूँ उसमें अप्लाई करूँ. मुझे सोच रहा हूँ कि अब रेज्यूमे बनाकर भेज दूँ उनको, बट मेरे पास रेज्यूमे कंप्लीट नहीं है.
Why don't you send me your resume? I will have a look at it. Happy to review it for you.
श्योर मैं भी आपको भेजता हूँ अपना रेज्यूमे.
Hi folks. At some point of time or the other, each of us has struggled with trying to craft the perfect CV. A document that for all practical purposes is supposed to be an accurate and an attractive description of you on paper. Especially for lawyers, this is critical to the application process, since good writing and drafting skills are critical and a must-have in the profession. Therefore, your CV is going to become your first writing sample, and whether you like it or not, you will be judged upon the content and the format in which you present it. Whether you're applying for an internship or a job, do remember that a well-crafted document is your chance to make that good first impression in the mind of a potential employer. For instance, spelling mistakes tend to indicate poor work ethic, and a lack of formatting is going to sort of indicate a lack of comfort using software and technology. Not only do you need to highlight your qualifications, your achievements, and other interests in your CV, but your CV needs to showcase other skills that you may have developed over a period of time. This could be through writing research papers or even participating in moot court competitions. This is what is going to give you that added edge, that advantage over other candidates with similar profiles and qualifications. Plus, it sends out a positive signal to potential employers and makes them think that you are focused on your career. So keep these points in mind when you sit down to start drafting your CV. You know, no matter how hard we try not to judge a book by its cover, the fact of the matter is that an attractive book cover does make you want to pick up the book, even if eventually you don't end up reading it. Similarly, the look and feel of your CV is important. Try to keep its length at 2 pages and be consistent in the formatting. Remember, no fancy colors or fonts. Keep it simple, because classic designs indicate sophistication. Now, before we move on, there are 3 inviolable rules of CV writing. Firstly, do not lie on your CV, because lying on your CV can get you blacklisted. Remember, the legal industry is an extremely small place. Secondly, be original. Don't copy paste. Remember Kurt Cobain? Wanting to be someone else is a waste of who you are. Exactly. Why would you want to be someone else? Besides, your employer is probably going to get a whole bunch of CVs from your batchmates and other people, your peers. So they're going to figure out if you've copy pasted it from somebody else's document. And lastly, be detail oriented. Punctuation is important. Remember, the lawyer that is probably going to read your CV is trained to spot mistakes and will pick out all punctuation errors and will probably be extremely irritated by inconsistent formatting. So perhaps you want to keep a method in mind while you highlight, italicize, or underline objects throughout your CV. Remember to follow this logic throughout, because this is what is going to show a professional level of care in your document. Keep these points in mind when you sit down to start drafting your CV. Poor attention to detail could actually get you eliminated from the selection process. A high level of accuracy is the hallmark of a good attorney, and your CV needs to reflect this. In fact, why not just take a printout of your CV and proofread it with a red pen so that you can pick up any typos that might have inadvertently crept in. and you can correct it before you send the document in. This way, you'll also get to see the document through another perspective, probably the way the reader is going to look at it. And give yourself an extra day before you send the document in so that you can look at it with a fresh pair of eyes before hitting that send button. Give context to your achievements. Help the reader understand your story. In fact, highlight what you consider to be an achievement. For instance, if you have good grades, do mention your class rank. On the other hand, if you don't have overall good grades, but you've done really well in certain subjects which are closely aligned to the position that you're applying for, then you should certainly mention that. For example, consistently ranked amongst the top 5 in company law related subjects. This can also be useful while describing positions of responsibility. For instance, instead of merely putting down member of organizing committee, be specific and mention what you helped to organize, or even the skills that you developed, or the particular actions that you undertook as a part of this membership. Do remember that what you did is always more important than the position you held. Be specific and concise. For job applications, this is particularly important while describing your internship experiences. Put down the specific issue you researched or the kind of document you drafted. Research memo on creation and perfection of security interest. Know everything that you put down on your CV, and take care not to mention specific names of clients. Remember, confidentiality is a very big part of our profession. Often, people try to write elaborate descriptions for assignments and entirely miss out on power words. For instance, instead of saying worked on XYZ case content, try being more specific, something along the lines of using action-oriented vocabulary. Prepared a case law dossier on the enforceability of put options in the context of share transfer transactions. As you can see, it's far more precise. Remember to use action-oriented words like implemented, initiated, researched, or executed. So this involves knowing the sector that you're applying to. For example, is it a position with litigation in focus, or is it an in-house position with the legal department of, say, an IT company or a bank? Because each position requires different qualities and different capabilities. Companies tend to put a premium on teamwork, good working knowledge of business subjects, and leadership capabilities. Keep this in mind. Look at your CV and try to align your skills and interests with the position that you're applying for. You know what this does? It signals to the reader that you've done your groundwork diligently. So if you keep all these points in mind and start drafting your CV, you're bound to up the ante. Folks, creating a good CV is a skill that you can hone with practice over time. In fact, throughout your professional journey, you will keep revisiting this document. You will have to rewrite it every time you need to add more experience or qualifications to it. Why not ask a friend or even a trusted colleague to review it for you? That way, you get a fresh perspective with a different pair of eyes. It's also good practice to take a printout and probably read it as a document. That way, you can always pick up typos or any other minor inconsistencies that may have crept up over time. And before you send it in, remember to keep with yourself a checklist of the application process. For instance, do you need to send the CV in through an email, or do you need to upload it onto a website? Is there a deadline by which you need to do all of these things? Make sure you have all copies of mark sheets, reference letters from internships, and every other information that you require before you start drafting your CV, so that the information is available with you at hand. A good CV is original, error-free, and well drafted. But a great CV is one which creates a favorable impression and tells a story. Basically, it should compel the reader to want to meet you in person. Spend some time refining this document and reworking it. It is possibly the most important document you will ever